Hey guys, it's Lord Ryujin bringing you another YouTube video. I realized that the last one that I did, like I said, I was outside at night after the Bethesda E3 presentation, so I just wanted to give my two thoughts on it. I apologize for the low lighting and all that stuff, but that's neither here nor there because it is about hearing more than it is seeing. It's one reason why my videos are not that fancy. But I wanted to take a moment before we get into the next press conference with Microsoft. I believe Microsoft is next. Doesn't really matter what they have to say. It's probably just going to be a bunch of third-party stuff, but you never know. I wanted to take a quick moment to discuss something. There's a rumor going around, and speaking of third parties, that Nintendo is supposed to be going to be showing off more third-party partnerships at the E3 presentation, which I really don't care about. And people always think that I'm crazy. Why don't you like It's not that I don't like third parties. It's that third parties come everywhere. And again, as a multi-platform gamer, having a PS4 and an Xbox and a Wii U, you know, I can play it on any system. It doesn't matter to me if Dishonored 2 comes to the Wii U, because more likely I'm going to pick up an Xbox One and play it on that. It doesn't matter to me if Nintendo gets a third-party game, because I'm playing Nintendo for their first-party stuff. Just like I'm playing Microsoft and Sony for their first-party stuff. And if a third-party game happens to come to the Wii U, maybe I'll pick it up for it, but it's not what I'm buying it for. It's basically what I'm saying. And I really, really think, and this is another video for another time, that it's not going to help Nintendo at all. I really think that I really don't think that third-party support's going to help. Now, with that being said, though, I do like this idea of more third-party support coming to Nintendo, and it's something that they've kind of been showing a lot of lately. I read something somewhere that the most requested thing from people for Nintendo is to bring out more DLC. And if you look at what they're doing with certain things like Smash Brothers, they're bringing in Ryu. They're making Tekken Mii costumes and Virtual Fighter. I mean, this is clearly third-party stuff that they're making deals with, and Monster Hunter as well is also getting more Capcom-themed stuff with Devil May Cry. Which brings me to the point of this video, and I know it was very long-winded. I gotta cut that out. But is it just me, or does it seem like Nintendo and Capcom are having this unprecedented support lately? And you know, this is great because I said in an earlier video way back when there was news that Capcom was going to be bought out, that Nintendo should buy them, and it makes a ton of sense because again, Mega Man is in Smash Brothers and people flip their lid. You know, Nintendo is notorious for having the best lineup of games and the best quality games around. They're also notorious for taking really good care of publishers that work under them. After all, if you look at what they've done with Retro Studios, for example, you can see that when they approach a company, they approach them genuinely. They give Platinum Games money to produce a game. And we got Bayonetta 2. You know, I mean, when Nintendo comes to a developer and they ask them, what do you want to develop, rather than throwing money at them and saying, make this game because we need to make it by holiday, you know, 2015, screw the quality, screw the, you know, screw if it's buggy or glitched or whatever, get it out. That shows how much they care about the people that work under them. And it seems like they're doing this a little bit with Sega as well, because, you know, we've been getting a lot of Sega-related stuff. But if you look at it, it started with Mega Man. Now we're getting Ryu from Street Fighter, another Capcom property. Then if you look at Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, again, I know it's made by Capcom, but they don't have to throw in this DLC. But they throw in Devil May Cry DLC, and that's another Capcom property that really has never shown up on a Nintendo system before. Showing up on a Nintendo game. I mean, it just seems like it's too much of a coincidence. So I would not be surprised if there's some kind of partnership going on here with Capcom, because Capcom needs the money. I'm not gonna lie, and they're not the same company as what they once were synonymous for in the 80s and 90s. So for them to come out and support Nintendo, and Nintendo to support them, and maybe they can help Capcom get back up on to that that pedestal that they once were on, would be great. But at the same time, I have to warn you, Nintendo, to please watch your back. I know that you don't see my videos, but I just have to throw this warning out there to anybody that watches this video. Do not be surprised if this backfires, because it has happened way too many times. I stated this in another video, and I don't understand why anybody supports third-party developers. I don't. You can think that they're needed in this industry all you want, but I don't. And this is another video for another time. I'm not going to go into it here. I'm just saying that if you look back at Nintendo's history, and really at a lot of companies, you can probably dig this around anywhere, the minute that they say that they have unprecedented support and they have the opportunity to make money elsewhere, they will leave. After all, Resident Evil was supposed to be a Nintendo-only franchise throughout the whole GameCube's life cycle. And it lasted up until Resident Evil 4 got popular and Capcom jumped ship. Same thing with Resident Evil Revelations. And I believe it's also happened, like I talked about this earlier also, with how the Order 1886, it didn't make that much money, so Sony basically dumped them. They basically dumped Ready at Dawn, that's the rumor anyway. And it's just like, see, even Sony themselves, they didn't make enough money off of a game, so they dumped them. And so, especially with third-party developers, if they have the opportunity to make money, that support, that deal, that unprecedented, remember Rayman Legends? That exclusive Wii U game that we never got because they had to go and try to make more money off of it elsewhere? That's what I'm talking about. Now, would it be nice to see more third-party support from Nintendo? Yes, especially if it helps them sell systems. I'm just pointing this out here in this video, and I know that I kind of got long-winded and I went on a little bit of a tangent of a rant, and I'm sorry for that. But I wanted to really just make this video about that, what I was talking about with Capcom. It seems like they have a really big, I don't know, deal or support or something, because you have at least 2 characters. I know Ken shows up as a trophy, but there's at least 2 characters from Capcom franchises that are now in Smash Brothers. You have another character from Devil May Cry that's showing up as DLC, as a DLC costume in Monster Hunter. So, is it just me, or does it seem like Nintendo and Capcom have everything going on here? And make sure that you leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Do you think that I'm just sort of seeing things where there's really nothing, and it's just Nintendo throwing money at Capcom to get this stuff to entice people to buy their games? Is it really a partnership? And what do you think about third-party support, about what I said earlier? Do you think that they really do not have the best interest of the gamers at heart? Sound off in the comments below, and make sure that you check back with me in a little bit, because within a few hours Microsoft is going to do their E3 press conference, and right after it's over, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to mull it over, think it over in my head, maybe take a few notes, and I'm going to make another video on it. So make sure that you join me for that. And this video has gone on way longer than I expected to. I'm looking at the time now. I see I'm over 9 minutes, and I'm sorry that I went off on a rant. If you've watched me this long, I do appreciate it, though. I'm going to end this video like I always do. Thanks for watching, guys. Have yourself a good one, and I'll see you next time.